Mr. President, after 3.5 years, do you regret it all the lying you've done to the American people? On
All the what?
everything. All the lying, all the dishonesties.
That who has done?
You have done. Tens of thousands.
Go ahead, please.
Those are y'all, for those who like wars, who like, you know what I'm saying, who like to put their foot on people's neck, for those who like to, you know, trample over people, for those who like to oppress, right, and conquer, let me tell y'all something, okay? Out in the frying pan into the damn fire. That's all I gotta say. Out in the frying pan into the fire. It's not gonna get easy for y'all, okay? Listen, it's almost Friday. I'll be laughing all the way to the bank when I get paid. Y'all laughing all the way to World War III. That's what's going on, right?
Had to be the world currency. You know, the United States entered Vietnam. The enemy was the Communist Party of Vietnam. That war happened. Now that war is over. The United States left. Who has run Vietnam since that war? The Communist Party of Vietnam. We lost. They won. If you go to Afghanistan, we fought the Taliban. Who has run that country since the United States was driven out? The Taliban. They won, we lost. I could go on. At a certain point, the message has to sink in. We're losing in Iraq. We're losing in Ukraine. What does that mean? You're going to really attribute each of these to some special circumstance, or you're going to have the courage to ask, is there something going on?
Stop the evilness. You started something you can't finish. Many warnings. Your friends, your peers, everybody telling you, don't do it. And you know what's crazy? It's not, we all blaming it on one man. It's not just one man. Let's not blame it on Donald Trump, please. I'm going to give y'all a recap of what happened, right? Because this been going on in so long. It's been what? Weeks already. This war been going on. So, and it's escalating. But for y'all who don't know, who don't remember or who forget how this started, let me put y'all on point on how this started.
Let me recap where we are until now. The Israelis started a war against Iran. Now there's this all-out war that is causing an immense amount of suffering in the global economy, that is collapsing the American economy, that is collapsing the European economy. And because of that desperation, the Americans signed a ceasefire, and immediately the Israelis now say, no, we don't want a ceasefire. In fact, we should not scale down the war. We should not go for peace. We should increase. We should escalate our attacks on Iran, and we should go for a full ground invasion. But when we go for that full ground invasion, all of the forces, all of the soldiers being used should be American and not Israeli. Why? Because Israeli lives are worth more than American lives, even when it comes to defending Israel, right? And beyond that, don't ask for Israeli support in this invasion. Go and ask for the European support in this invasion. Since you need a huge army of at least 3, 4, 500,000 soldiers, and the American army right now doesn't have that size. Since you need all of these soldiers to invade, go get them from Europe. You know, go get young men and women from France, Germany, the UK, Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden. Go get them and make them invade Iran. Don't ask us Israelis to do it, even though we're the ones.
Oh, listen, no more business. This was never about business. You're trying to make it business-like. Stop it. This is not business-like. They're not trying to do business with you. You're trying to give them a Trojan horse. They're not gonna trust you.
The scale of that. And I think, again, probably the wisest course here is not to do something to Iran, but to do something with Iran, to give Iran a stake in an open Strait of Hormuz. And I think we have a chance to achieve that, but probably only if we have the pressure of saying, you either agree to something reasonable, and again, try to get the Chinese and others to help us here, or we're going to make it impossible for you to benefit from the Strait of Hormuz.
Business. This is about a group of people who trying to be emancipated. They're trying to be like, who the hell is America? Who are you to tell other countries not to have nukes? Here you are. From the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you went around the world You did whatever you want, right? So now you telling everybody else don't move according to how they feel. Meanwhile, you moving how you feel. You killing people, you rape, rob, and pillage, right? That's all you doing. That's all you care about, right? So it makes no sense. Y'all not slick. America's not slick. Y'all ain't about to do the Trojan horse shit. They already know what's going on. I don't know why things are being revealed how they reveal, because you're not gonna get too far. There's a lot of eyes on you.
Now I have it from two separate sources with access to what's happening on the ground in the Middle East from U.S. forces, and one from an allied source that has direct knowledge of what the U.S. plan is. And all of them are saying something similar in that it appears that the U.S. is planning, once the ceasefire is over, and whether that's at a date we choose or at the end of the 2 weeks, who knows, who can say, that there's going to be a massive, huge concentrated bombing campaign. And in fact, one of the sources says, listen, we are massing forces in the region. And to say that at this point, in this, whatever it is now, the 7th week, I guess, of the war, that now we're massing forces during this ceasefire when we're allegedly trying to find a negotiated settlement, indicates something really big is coming. So what these sources that I have told me, and what we see physically with this aerial resupply, and with what Trump is saying here, you're starting to see the outlines of something.
And that's crazy because you falling fast, right? You falling fast. It's over. Y'all had the chance. Even now y'all got the chance. I won't say y'all do, y'all don't. Because by now, it's a lot of wrong things I've been doing. Y'all don't understand what's about to happen. Y'all have no idea what's about to happen, y'all.
Have the same relationship with Italy right now and Giorgia Meloni?
No. She's been negative. Anybody that turned us down for helping with this Iran situation, we do not have the same relationship. Just so you know, Italy gets a lot of oil from the Strait. You can call it the Strait of Hormuz or the Hormuz Strait. I said, which is better? They said, either is okay, but you can call it either one. The only thing you can't call it is the Trump Strait. They don't like that idea. By the way, speaking of that.
Get ready. This is no joke. Some of y'all, I don't know. Y'all think this is a joke. You think this is gonna, no, listen. It's only a matter of time. Let's say we are in the school ground. There's so many, it's how long can the bully keep bullying people until people, and that's a hard lesson, because America about to get an ass whooping that, God not gonna save you from that. You know how your father, your mother, they pull you out of an ass whooping, right? You getting whooped, they save you, no more. You're not going to. You did a lot of shit that you can't.
Decision makers probably also came to the conclusion they do not want to have a naval war against China, because China's shipbuilding capacity is now more than 260 times than the American shipbuilding capacity. And they also do not want to have an air war against China. The United States has been talking about the 6th generation of fighter planes. They are still doing something on the drawing board. China is about to deploy the real 6th generation of fighter planes. So I think the Americans hopefully will, for their own benefit, come to the conclusion having a war against China is futile. Don't talk about the war with China. Talk about peace. Talk about working together with China for the benefit of the Chinese people and the American people, as well as for mankind as a whole. That is what I call the inevitability of peace. The Americans talk about F and
laughing all the way to the bank. Y'all gonna laugh all the way to World War III. This is the result of evilness. Folks, if you out here trying to do something wrong to somebody, this is a perfect example. Not to step on people's toes. Not to step on in people's business. What don't belong to you, you don't touch it. This girl don't belong to you, you don't talk to her. You don't try to talk to her. If she got a husband, you don't try to rape her. But this is what you guys been doing. You crossed the line, you broke every treaties, right? Nobody trusts you. You're gonna have to deal with your own problems. That's it.
When Donald Trump tweeted, "A civilization dies tonight," he was correct. It doesn't matter that he lifted his threat 90 minutes before the deadline. A civilization did die on April 7th, and that civilization was ours. We can no longer dine out on the idea that America is the good guy, or feel confident that we are representing freedom and justice to the world. We can't even say we represent democracy when we have one man with unquestioned, unchecked power itching to start a nuclear war for no reason other than he's not getting exactly what he wants. That is the opposite of a civilized nation and the antithesis of a nation to be proud of. Because if this is what can happen at the whims and greed of one unbalanced, unwell American man, then we have blown it. If this one guy has the power to destroy nations, the world's commerce, international relations, then our country's checks and balances don't exist. We are not just a danger to ourselves, we're a danger to everyone on the planet. And we need to deal with it.